Toprak Razgatlioglu may have crossed the line in P13 at the French Grand Prix, but inside the Yamaha garage the result told only part of the story. For the Turkish rookie, Le Mans became less about points and more about understanding the brutal reality of MotoGP and the level required to compete at the front. While Toprak battled through another demanding weekend adapting to Michelin tyres, electronics and the aggressive nature of the Yamaha M1 in MotoGP trim, his teammate Fabio Quartararo delivered one of his strongest performances of the season. The Frenchman looked competitive from the opening practice sessions, secured a place inside the top 6 in qualifying, and converted that pace into a convincing top 6 finish in front of his home crowd. For Toprak, the contrast inside the same garage was impossible to ignore. But rather than frustration, the former World SBK champion saw opportunity. Seeing Fabio's incredible work throughout the weekend made two things very clear to me. First, I still have a lot to improve myself. Second, this bike still has plenty of room for improvement, because clearly with the right setup, the potential is there. Those words reveal the growing reality of Toprak's rookie campaign. The adaptation to MotoGP has been far tougher than many expected. His spectacular braking style and aggressive bike control made him dominant in superbikes, but MotoGP demands precision in completely different areas, especially on corner entry stability, rear grip management, and electronics control during acceleration. At Le Mans, Quartararo appeared to unlock something Toprak could not quite access. Through the fast direction changes and long flowing sectors, Fabio consistently carried more corner speed and extracted stronger rear traction on exit. The difference was visible not only on lap timesheets, but also in body language on the bike. Inside the Yamaha camp, the French GP quietly became one of the clearest comparisons yet between experience and adaptation. Toprak admitted he now plans to study Quartararo's data in greater detail ahead of the next round in Barcelona, a circuit that could offer Yamaha a more favourable balance package. I'll study the data carefully. Maybe in Barcelona we can start from a setup that's closer to Fabio's, so I can understand if this direction also works for me. That statement could become one of the most important turning points of his season. Until now, Toprak and his crew have largely focused on building a machine configuration that suits his natural riding instincts. But MotoGP often punishes riders who rely too heavily on habits developed in other categories. Quartararo, meanwhile, has years of experience understanding exactly where the Yamaha gains time, and more importantly, where it hides its weaknesses. By moving closer to Fabio's direction, Toprak may accelerate his learning process dramatically. There is also growing pressure behind the scenes. Yamaha remains desperate to return consistently to the front after several difficult seasons. Quartararo has repeatedly carried the burden of leading development almost alone, and the arrival of Toprak was viewed internally as a major long-term investment for the project. However, expectations from fans and media were enormous from the start. Some predicted immediate podium challenges. The reality has been far more complicated. Still, within the paddock, there is little panic about Toprak's current position. Many riders before him struggled during their first months in MotoGP, especially when adapting from production-based machinery. What matters most is progression. And Le Mans may ultimately prove more valuable than the final classification suggests. The atmosphere inside Yamaha also appears constructive rather than tense. Quartararo's strong weekend did not create division. Instead, it provided a reference point. That could be crucial as the championship enters a demanding phase with back-to-back races and limited testing opportunities. Barcelona now becomes a critical moment for both rider and manufacturer. The circuit's long corners and flowing rhythm traditionally reward smooth riding styles, something Quartararo excels at. If Toprak can successfully adapt closer to that philosophy, there is genuine belief inside Yamaha that more consistent points finishes could quickly follow. For now, the message from Le Mans is simple but significant. Fabio Quartararo proved the Yamaha still has speed. Now Toprak Razgatlioglu must discover how to unlock it for himself. The challenge for Toprak is not only technical but also psychological. Every MotoGP rookie arrives carrying expectations, yet few enter the championship with as much hype surrounding them as the Turkish star. His spectacular overtaking style and fearless braking made many believe he could instantly disrupt the established order. Instead, the opening phase of the season has exposed how unforgiving MotoGP can be, even for world champions from other categories. Le Mans highlighted another crucial factor: tyre management. Throughout the weekend, several riders struggled to keep rear grip alive over race distance, especially under cooler conditions. Quartararo adapted quickly and maintained consistency during the final laps, while Toprak continued searching for the ideal balance between aggression and tyre preservation. In MotoGP, pushing harder is not always faster, and that lesson is becoming increasingly important for him. Inside the Yamaha garage, engineers were reportedly encouraged by the amount of data gathered during the French GP. Although P13 may look modest on paper, the team believes the gap to the front was more manageable than during earlier rounds. The focus now is on translating isolated improvements into a complete race package that allows Toprak to fight deeper inside the points regularly. Barcelona could also offer a clearer indication of where Toprak truly stands against the rest of the rookie field. So far, flashes of raw pace have occasionally been hidden by qualifying difficulties and race adaptation issues. If he can start closer to the front rows, Yamaha believes his natural race instincts may finally become a stronger weapon rather than forcing him into recovery rides every Sunday. There is also growing curiosity across the paddock about how quickly Toprak can reshape his riding style. MotoGP bikes demand smoother throttle application and far greater trust in aerodynamic behavior compared to World SBK machinery. Riders who resist that transition often struggle for years. Those who adapt early usually unlock dramatic performance gains within a short period. Fabio Quartararo's role inside this process is becoming increasingly significant. The Frenchman is no longer just Yamaha's lead rider. He is now effectively the benchmark for Toprak's entire MotoGP education. Their working relationship has reportedly remained positive, with Quartararo openly sharing feedback and setup direction to help accelerate the rookie's learning curve.